Okay, I'm mixing a black, so you need roughly equal proportions and then just adjust it. It's tempting to mix on the plate, but really not recommended because you will have far too much colour on the plate. Right, let's see. I want to just see what sort of colour that is. That's a browny black. I'm going to make that a little bit bluer. Blue and brown are, roughly speaking, complements, so if you mix them together they will neutralise each other and it just cools down a brownish black. Okay, I think that will do. So, tweak the plate, just transfer some and roll it out. The thing to remember is you need less colour than you think you do. But we may need a little bit more than this. This will do to start off with though. When you're using paints or inks, one of the things you can do is to leave it to go tacky for a little while, half an hour or so after you've rolled it out. But I'm just going to work straight on it today and see how it goes, at least at first. Okay, the idea of rolling is to get your film of ink or paint as even as possible. Those bits, and they're actually on the other side of the plate, they're not on the top. Okay. Now I'm going to try this little scrap of hot press and just try a few things on it and see what kind of marks they give and which one I want to use. You just drop it on like so. Obviously don't press it down. Every time you press you will get a fingerprint mark. Like that. So drop it on, hold it at a corner. And let's try making some marks. This has an interesting wedge shape. I think this might be a clay tool, I'm not sure. Then again it might be a manicure tool, I've no idea. I thought this might make some interesting marks. And lastly, of course, there's what happens when you add your finger. So, wow, look at that. That's picked up quite a lot of ink because the marks are close together. That's a really soft brown. I think I might add some more blue to that. But I really like this line, which was the pointed pick, and also this one, which is a slightly softer pointed line, but I like that. So I think I'm going to be using those. Let's pop the other two out of the way. And next I'm going to darken up that ink and just make it a little blacker. Okay, I forgot to mention the essential bit of kit that you need, and that is a rag. As you can probably tell, I've just rolled out some more ink, and because every time you roll out the ink it will cover a bigger area. That just tends to happen, but that's going to make it difficult for me to keep my paper still and not get in a really inky mess when I come to do a drawing. So I've just wiped around the edges to give me some clean areas so that I can hold my paper still when I come to do an actual drawing. I'm also going to leave my ink, my paint, out for a little while to dry off a bit because it is quite sticky, and I think it would be better if it just dried out a little bit. So I've rolled it out. I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee and then I'll be back.